Welcome back, you guys, to Diamond Quality. Here where we talk about how to not fold under the pressure of life and turn into that gem that you're truly meant to be, because whether you like it or not, you are a fucking crystal, okay? This episode, we are going to be talking about the light, the good always wins, okay? And we have beings here that are operating to win through fear and manipulation. They won't win. They can't win. This is the time for change, and us speaking up for ourselves and what is right motherfucking now, okay? So this traumatic time that we're going through is for a reason, because these traumas have been being programmed and passed down for multiple lineages, and we have to stop it now. So our kids that we are raising are not being programmed and not moving and operating how the generations before us were operating and moving. Right now, today, we are still fighting for equality. We are still fighting for women's rights. We are still fighting for the same sex, loving the same sex. We are still fighting for genders, people wanting to change their genders into the opposite gender, okay? And right now is the time to call for spirituality, all right? Know your spirit. Know what you want to do. Know what is right for you, what's appropriate for you, and what's not appropriate for you. And excuse me, you guys, it's morning. Barely drank my coffee, so I'm trying to get it going. But how to really tap into our spirit is through our hearts, right? Our thoughts are electrical, our heart is magnetic, and what we are thinking about is what we are putting out. What we are feeling intensely is what we are attracting. And where's the compassion? Where's the love? Where's the peace? And to find compassion, love, and peace outwards, we have to have it inwards. We have to be giving it to ourselves first so we can give it to others. We can't give it to others if we're not giving it to ourselves. And the only person, the main person that need to be giving it to yourself is you, right? Because the only one that is going to hold your feelings valid, your emotions valid, is yourself. The next person will always put their emotions and feelings before yours, as they should, because it's their feelings and their emotions. We have to show mercy to ourselves and have grace for ourselves when we are going through experiences, and we handle them in ways that we may not feel is appropriate. And that is okay, because we are supposed to make mistakes. That's how you grow from your mistakes. That's how you learn from your mistakes. And going through situations that you may not be too happy about, these traumatic situations, they're for a reason. They're to make us conscious of what is going on the outside world around us. The gun violence, suicide, hurt people, that's what's going on outside. And we need to let go of these false beliefs. We need to let go of these programs so heal people can heal people. Are you hearing that? No, because that's not what is going on outside. Our own community is hurting our own community. And how we stop doing that is we start healing ourselves. We start knowing our spirit so we can start putting boundaries in place with conditions so we can continue loving ourselves and love the next person at a distance, because everyone has trauma. Everyone has their own issues that they have to work through, that they have to heal from. And where we go wrong is not validating the next person's feelings, thinking that our pain, our suffering is more than the next person, which is not fair and invalid to that person, right? So we got to start opening up our hearts more to be able to be compassionate. It's hard to open up your heart when we are around certain beings that are hurting your heart. And that's why you put conditions in place. When you start loving yourself and protecting yourself so you can open up your heart, you can give out love. But you have to put boundaries in place so you don't get hurt. Because when you get hurt, that's what you believe, that's what you see, that's what you feel, and that's what you're manifesting. And we want to manifest a better world, peace within, to have peace without, for our children, to show our children a way of being, how we can change from the programs that were given to us, and we can evolve as a community to be better for our kids, and then also show the generation before us, I'm sorry that you went through what you went through. I'm sorry that you had these false beliefs, but let me show you a better way of being to humanity. We're human beings. We are all here for each other. So we are all here to openly express ourselves, to show each other a different way of being, okay? So they are creating AI to do what we do. And why is that? Because they want technology to take over, right? But if they're creating AI to do what we do, are we doing it? Are we healing ourselves? Are we tapping into know our spirit? Are we balanced? These programs that were put into place were to control and manipulate, right? But now we can use these programs in a beneficial way to help us grow and evolve as a fucking community, okay? We have to stop hurting each other. We have to start loving on each other and show each other this is how you be. This is how you show the next person, I can still love you. I'm going to just have to love you from a distance. If you're going to keep hurting me, I can't keep putting myself in the crossfire of being hurt, or my loved ones, right? And when you do that, that's how you create change. That's how we grow. Positive and negative are there for a reason, to work together, to evolve. If you keep having positive, there's nothing you're growing. If you keep having negative, you're not going to grow because all you see is negative. So everything is about balance, bringing polarity into the situation. We need a mass movement of a collective ego death, okay, to spirituality. And that's through meditation, that's through yoga, listening to music, going on a walk, whatever you have to do. But as a community, we as a community talk to each other a certain way, treat each other the certain way. As a community, you can't do business with family. You got to leave them behind to get where you need to be. Don't show your cards. Don't share your information that you learned to get you where you needed to be, because they're going to use it against you, which it's true when you are dealing with certain beings. But when you are dealing with people that have the same intention, that has the same light and want the same thing that you want, growth, evolution, change, peace. When you are messing with beings that want that, you share your cards, all right? The shit that we are learning in our lives is to be shared, because we're not the only ones going through it. The next person is going through it, and they may not have the tools. They may not have people to talk to figure it out. They may be going through it by themselves. And that's why we share this stuff, because we are all here to help each other. So as a collective, we got to regulate our emotions better, so we stop pulling out guns on each other. So we stop fighting each other. So we stop hurting each other, and actually show our kids a better way to show up for each other. It's our job to bring awareness to this stuff. Like, it's so much chaos going on right now because it's all coming to the surface, so we can become mindful and conscious of it, so we can stop doing it, right? I don't watch the news right now. I'll tap in, but then I got to tap out, because I got to bring balance. The news is mainly projecting what is going on outside. As I'm getting my notes and stuff down this morning to share, I'm hearing gunshots in the morning. Come on now, our kids are up and about, getting on the bus, going to school. There's no way we should wake up and be in the mindset of survival already, you know? Like, when we're hurting each other, that's survival. You're just trying to protect yourself from being hurt. We got to take ourselves out of this survival mode, so we can start receiving love, so we can start loving each other, and know that when we send our kids off to school, when they step outside that door, they will be okay. When we have this fear of someone hurting us or hurting our kids, that's because we know what's going on outside, and it ain't peace. But we got to create that as a collective. We have to create that. No one can come in and help St. Louis but St. Louis. All right? We have to be the change. I love me some Tupac. One of my favorite songs by him is Does Heaven Have a Ghetto? It does. but we have to create it. You know what I'm saying? We have to create that heaven. It's a ghetto in every area, in every city, in every state, right? But we have to create that peace because we created that ghetto. All right. Yes, it may have been something that was originally created for us lineages ago, but we chose to continue those programs. So we can choose today to stop those programs and upgrade those programs for humanity. Okay. And we need to open up our hearts more. And for us to open up our hearts, we got to use those boundaries with conditions, all right? I'm being very vague with my videos now because I have been sharing my information. And my information, I know it's helping other people, but at the same time, I am still around certain beings that are trying to use my expression, me expressing myself, and a way of trying to move me in fear. And I'm not moving in fear because I know my purpose. My purpose is to create peace for me, my kids, and the ones around me. And that's fucking St. Louis, okay? I want peace for us. I want love for us. I don't want for our people to keep killing themselves off and resorting to anger and not being able to regulate our emotions. And that's the way that we communicate with each other. That's not fair to you nor the person around you. And during this process, I have been learning my body, feeling my body. And each time I am being compassionate to know, all right, you did that. And honestly, what was good about that situation? I always find something beneficial about the situation and then what I want to improve from so I can grow to be a better me. Every situation is worth us going through because it's worth us learning ways that we can evolve as a spirit, as our own fucking person without someone telling us what we can and shouldn't do. We know ourselves. We should know ourselves more than anyone else should know us. Knowledge is power. Self-knowledge is self-empowerment. Knowing yourself, no one can come in and take your power from you and tell you who you are, what you need to do, because you know yourself. You won't let anyone come in and use your emotions against you because you know yourself. And that's when we give our power away, when our emotions get triggered by the next person. I'm still working on it, but babe, best believe I'm letting it go way quicker than what I was back then. And when I let my emotions go and flow, I'm able to let those emotions go. And then I'm able to find a resolution to that trauma or that experience that I didn't want to be in. Everyone has trauma. Everyone has something that they have to release and heal from. So instead of us being victims to these situations, let's find a resolution to these situations so they're not happening no more. So no one can be a victim because you don't have to be a certain race or a certain gender for someone to rape you, molest you, hurt you, judge you. You ain't got to be a certain anything for that stuff to happen. So we got to stop judging the next person because as human beings, it will happen to anyone, no matter who you are or what you are. We want to free ourselves from these programs and these beliefs. And to free ourselves is we got to let them go and we got to speak up. When we are trying to speak up for what's right, how we let go of these programs is we also catch the elders when they're speaking in these ways that we didn't speak back then, or they're judging us in these ways that we're trying to change. We speak up for ourselves, and by speaking up for ourselves, we're able to change the programs that we falsely believe and that they pass down to us. Our culture is our blueprint, but that doesn't mean that's who we are. And we are multi-dimensional beings. So we are not limited to being just this person, just this thing. You are a different person than you are to your girlfriend, to your boyfriend, to your child, to your parents. You're a different person. So don't limit yourself to being one thing, okay? Heal people, heal people. No more of that hate going around. We are going to spread love and positivity. I am going to keep sharing the knowledge that I'm learning because I believe we deserve unconditional love and peace. And by all means, we are going to get it, okay? So I love you guys. Like, subscribe, share, repost, and let's heal people, heal people.